well, we're live now, but we'll be starting the. What are you doing, Eric? So we're starting the show in about 20 minutes. Got a heck of a show for everybody today, as always. Normal news, of course. What else we got here? Looking at our agenda for today. We got some reviews for you guys today. At least I have one. I think that's old, Eric, on yours. But I have a review of a movie called Unhinged. You're going to want to stick around for that. Show's RP Grinders. This is Frank. I'm on with Eric right now. Waiting for Break to join. What else we got going on, Eric? We got usual stinkos. And boy, do I got a couple. I also have Sweetos, a very surprising Sweeto, if you can believe it. And then for our free-for-all, of course, we're running our greatest Christmas songs of all time, round 2. That should be a ton of fun. We had fun with it last week. I think we did, Eric. I think people are enjoying it. Boy, a lot of shenanigans going on. Politically and otherwise. Republicans at this point are Confederates. I mean, can we just come to that conclusion, Eric? I mean, seriously. And Democrats aren't much better, but, Republicans are still in denial. But we all knew that. I think we can safely call them Confederates, man. I mean, that's what they want. They want to. I've even heard some Republicans say they want to secede. To which I say, good riddance. Texas, all those southern states like Arkansas, and Georgia's kind of turning a little bit, but you can include them too. Kentucky, let them all secede. That's what I say, because. Last I checked, they use a lot more federal dollars than more progressive states like California do. That's for sure. So we'll see how long that lasts. It'll never happen though. How was your week, Eric? Did I lose Eric? Just lost Eric. Jeez.
I was on mute.
Oh, there you go. How was your week, Eric?
It was all right.
Yeah.
Have to work weekend again.
Well, just
I expect next week.
Both weeks? 2 weeks in a row? Jeez.
Probably.
Yeah, that really sucks. I hate when they do that to people, Eric. I mean, overtime's okay, but your time is way more valuable than working. What do we got? Oh shit! What's going on here? Oh, there we go. Okay. What's on the agenda? What else is on the agenda? You guys are really going to be surprised at one of my Sweetos. Actually, might be surprised at both of my Sweetos. Did you see how I beat the Tower Knight in Demon Souls, Eric?
I didn't watch it, no.
I tweeted out like the last 20 seconds of it, but it's actually really simple. You just got to get behind You go to the upstairs to the back of the arena, and you could just use arrows to choose them. You just gotta precisely aim your arrows where the Tower Knight's head is gonna be as he casts his spell, his long range spell. But it wasn't that bad. I'm about ready to. I took your advice, Eric. I have a question for you. How do you open that? I mean, where do you find the key to open up that? There's a blue character. I can't remember his name now, but I found him. By the way, the prison is one of the creepiest, scariest fucking levels of any video game I've ever played. It is fucking terrifying. It's just scary. And by the way, that red phantom is bullshit that guards the entrance to the church. It's the only reason I didn't get the boss done, Eric, is because that... Red Phantom kicked my ass.
That Phantom's not really a problem once you get close range. Drop your shield and then get close.
Drop your shield.
Shit out of it.
Yeah, but I mean, she gets a hit on you, and it's adios for me, man. I don't know what the hell's going on with that.
Like I said, just wait for it to reload.
Yeah. I mean, I got close, but she whipped my ass, man. It was sucked. So I lost. I'll talk about it. It's one of my stinkos.
What are you talking about, a blue guy?
He's like locked up. It's an NPC
He's
that's locked
not
up.
blue. He's just it's the lighting.
The way his aura is blue for sure.
Oh, you Rydell? Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. I don't know where that
You won't be able to do anything with him until you get pure white.
Oh, okay. That's why I can't open up that damn.
Well,
Door.
no, because you have to go somewhere else, and you have to get the key to the cell, and then you can only get the key in pure white.
Ah. So the only thing left for me to do then is just beat the full Zydle then.
Mm-hmm.
If I can somehow manage to kill that fucking red phantom.
Did you find Freak?
What? What?
Did you find Freak?
Freak 5?
No, Sage Freak.
Oh, the one that's casting the spell up above?
That's the Castlight spell, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to kill that thing before you can kill. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well,
I feel like you're half paying attention to me.
No, the spellcaster that's casting spells up above, you have to kill that guy first before you go
I'm
down.
not talking about that, though.
No, I don't know what you're talking about, Eric.
I'm talking about Sage Freak. Apparently you haven't run into him.
No, I have not. It's in one of the cells. I have no. I know what you're talking about, but I don't think I have the key
It's
for
in that area before you go to the first floor. There's like a bottomless pit right next to the cell.
Ah, okay. It's on the first floor?
Before you get to that big monster thing.
Ah. Okay. Cuz that big monster is easy to beat. I picked that thing off with arrows. I hid behind.
I kind of hate it though, because when you get close, he starts whipping all over the place.
Yeah, I don't even need to get close to that thing.
It's highly resistant to magic too.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a stronger one in 2-2.
Yeah. In 2-2, really? Huh. Okay.
Or not 2-2, 4-2.
Oh.
Or 5-2. I don't know, wait, that would be 3-2. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay, let me see if
Anyways, if you rescue Freak, I'll sell you new spells. As long as you use Demon Souls.
What's that?
Am I just not getting through to you?
Eric, I have no idea what you're talking about, dude. Like I'm like, just treat me like a newbie to Demon Souls. Like I've gotten.
If I said if you. I mean, there are words coming out of my mouth, but you're not listening. Apparently,
Well, I think you're eating at the same time. Are you not?
that too, but
Okay.
still.
Well, there you go, dude. This is breaking news. Supreme Court just rejected Texas AG's bid to overturn the election 7-2. I'd like to know who the two idiots that voted for that were.
I'm saying what I was trying to say is if you use the Demon Souls for the bosses, Sage will give you new spells.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Yeah, I haven't used. The only one that I used was the Phalanx before I knew any of that. That's the only one that I used. Otherwise, I still have. I still even have the Red Dragon soul. I don't
You
know.
can just use that because that just gives you souls.
Ah, okay. There's no trading it for spells or anything. Okay.
I was kind of hoping they would do something with that, but nope.
Yeah, that's okay. Now that I know that, I'll be able to level up my character a little bit. Yeah, it's Demon Souls is it's going swimmingly for me. I mean, it's I did something really dumb, but I'll talk about it. I lost quite a bit of souls. Got killed by that red phantom, and then I thought it was no big deal. Can you just sprint past that red phantom and go into the church, or do you have to kill the red?
Yeah, but the red frame does have a drop that is special to it.
Ah, so it's worth it
But,
just to kill it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always go back and kill it later, but
Okie dokie. Let's see. Let me see if Break is in here. If you're just joining us, the show's RP Grinders. We have not started the show proper. We start at 7 Eastern time. So if you're listening on YouTube or Twitch, that's when you're going to want to join the chat, especially in Twitch. I know we have the YouTube chat live all the time too, but nobody ever shows up to that one. There, everybody's in the Twitch chat, but we do the show live every Friday. Just a reminder, Christmas there will be no show, just because it happens to line up on Friday this week. But we will be doing a New Year's special show, the first show of 2021. So join us for that. That's in a few 2-3 weeks, 3 weeks to be exact. No show on Christmas, so we're gonna wrap up our Christmas song tournament next week, and also we're gonna do I'm just gonna make it real short this year. We're gonna do our game of the year picks, and the best game we played all year plus the game of the year. Because sometimes we play older games, and that's probably the best game we played all year, et cetera, et cetera. So just 2 categories this year, but that should be a ton of fun. We might go a little bit over next week because we won't be doing a Christmas show. So give everybody a break for a second. We very rarely skip the show, Eric. I think in the entire history of RP Grinders, you could count on one hand how many shows that we've skipped. So it's kind of a rarity. We're coming up on 13 years, Eric. 13 damn years. Holy shit. But yeah, so it's today should be a lot of fun. We've got the usual news. There's a couple of news stories that are noteworthy that I'll be excited to talk about. Discount wise, there's the usual PlayStation runs so many damn sales. It's hard to keep up, Eric, and they're mostly the same stuff. If you guys haven't picked up Witcher, pick it up. I think it's like $15 for the Game of the Year edition. I did not pick up Cyberpunk, Eric. I've been hearing too many. It's a great game, but I'm in agreement with you. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna pick it up at a much cheaper price point, and there's some glitches and shit with it right now. So I'll wait on that. What else we got? Sweetos are gonna be surprising, like I said. Stinkos. Got some political stuff for that always. So we've got a nice show lined up for you. Next show is going to be pretty weighty. Next week's show, because we obviously aren't going to be doing a Christmas show, so we'll be doing our Game of the Year in addition to our finals of the greatest Christmas song of all time. Eric, what are you thinking on the Christmas songs? What do you think is going to make it all the way to the end? What's your favorite of what's left?
what is left? I can't remember.
White Christmas is left. Let It Snow. Here Comes Santa Claus. Little Drummer Boy. Santa Claus Coming to Town. Wow. FX Westside 12's in chat says, want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers. Yeah, I don't think so. Get out of the chat. I wish we had moderators that could just kick people like that out. Let's see. Silver Bells is in there. Santa Claus Coming to Town. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. All I Want for Christmas. Chestnuts Roasting. Holly Jolly Christmas. Silent Night. Run, Rudolph, Run. Feliz Navidad. Frosty the Snowman. Rudolph the Red-Nosed. Reindeer. And Jingle Bell Rock. Those are the last 16, Eric. What would you say? What would be your favorite to win?
Run, Rudolph, Run, I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely a contender, for sure. But we'll get down to the final 8 today, and then next week we'll crown the champion. It's gonna be fun. I think we're all gonna have a ton of fun with that. And then you know what, Eric, we gotta come up with a tournament for January on next week's show too. So think about what you're thinking of the next month's tournament should be. We probably should get back to video gaming, I'm thinking. I know last month SNES games lost out. I think it was second place, but maybe we'll rerun that with a couple of other stuff that we'll do in our poll, and we'll figure out what's gonna win. Let's see. So it should be a really good show. You're just joining us. Show's RP Grinders. I'm Frank, along with Eric. We're just waiting for Breakman to join us, and we will start the show proper. Gonna have a lot of fun today. How's the weather there, Eric? 'Cause it snowed
Getting
here.
warmer.
Is it? Snowed here a little bit, just a little bit of snow. I'd say maybe an inch and a half, 2 inches. Nothing. I mean, it was like nothing. It was. I mean, people were freaking out, and I'm like, there's not even snow on the streets. Like, quit freaking out. So just a little light dusting we got here. What else, Eric? Stinko's Sweetos are gonna be good.
Oh, I got a new homie discount.
Oh, you do? Okay, throw it on in there, man. Because I didn't put any homie discounts in. Because I mean they're pretty much recycled, man. I mean, if there's anything major that I look through, I'll make sure and let everybody know. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Break isn't even in the Twitch chat yet, so we'll just continue on. So good news coming out of I should put that in my Sweeto too, but then I might have too many. But the Supreme Court rejecting the Texas lawsuit from the Texas AG. By the way, the Texas AG is under indictment, so I think he was just trying to get a pardon, to be honest with you. The thing about it is, Eric, wouldn't that be, aren't they state crimes that he's under indictment for? I don't think a pardon would help that dude at all. So I don't know what the hell that was all about. Lots of legal trouble for Trump after he leaves office on the 21st. So let's see. Trying to find out who the judges that okay, so it was of course it was Alito and Thomas, but they to their credit, they said they would have heard the case, but that they would have refused to overturn the election result. So it was just a vote to hear the case. So 7-2 they dismissed it, but it would have been a 9-0 defeat even if they had heard the case, Eric, and that's actually it's actually kind of heartening, to be honest with you. You got a supermajority conservative panel of judges on the Supreme Court, and they would have shot it down 9-0. So that's actually It's actually fairly good. I would have thought that at least two would have firmly said, uh, that they would have agreed with Trump's lawsuit. So, I mean, so this is good news.
You cut out.
Oh, did I? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Eric? All right, cool. The break is in here now, so let's if you guys if we have audio issues, you guys just continue on. I know what the issue is, and I just totally biffed getting another cord this week. I just totally forgot. We're calling Breakman right.
Controller attached to it for which made it like $50, $5.50.
Okay, it looks like we're back on. We have not started the show, so if you're joining us, it looks like there were. Let me check the speed. My speed was rocking earlier. I don't know what the hell's going on, but we have not started the show. So if you're listening on Twitch and YouTube, can one of you guys confirm that we're on Twitch before we start? Because I don't want to talk into the ether. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my shit's still loading as slowly as possible.
Oh, of course. I mean, because wouldn't be RP Grinder. I mean, it's a lot slower now.
Yeah.
I mean, we still got the speed, but it's a lot slower than what it was earlier. But whatever, we're just gonna go with it. Fuck it. Throw up against the wall and fuck it. How was your week, Break?
It was a week.
It was a week. Yeah, that sounds ominous, actually. Well, I don't know if you saw this latest news. It's kind of breaking while we were on the air, Breakman. But the Supreme Court voted 7-2 in probably the final fucking election drama bullshit cases that Trump brings up to the Supreme Court. So that was Texas' bid. They sued the other 4 states, and they're not even going to hear the case. It was shot down 7-2, and even those two, it was Alito and Thomas said that they would hear the case, but they would have they would have voted the election results would have been still okay. So it would have been a 9-0 defeat even if they heard the case. So, which is strange coming from a super majority conservative Supreme Court. Freak 5's in chat. We have not started Freak 5. We're just getting our audio kinks out. How you doing, Freak? Let me know if you can hear us. I just need confirmation that we're good to go before we continue. Lots to talk about today. We're gonna have a good show. What else we got here? I got a review today. Stinkos are going to be interesting, and especially Sweetos are going to be interesting, at least on my front.
I'm getting some Stinkos because I don't want to talk about shit. I got Stinkos here at work.
Good.
I'll talk about other people's problems, not my own.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes you have to hit rock bottom before you can rise to the top. You know what I'm saying, Break? I mean, hang in there, bud. I know you've been having a rough go of it in 2020 like a lot of other people, so.
Yeah, everybody has. So, anyway, let's get this shit started.
Break cannot hear us. He says Break should play the harmonica, see if that helps. Dude, that almost sounds Confederate-like. Sounds weird. You're getting a lot bolder with that harmonica, Break. I have to say, one of these days, you're going to be really good, man. You're going to be playing fucking blues and all kinds of shit. Did you hear us now?
One day I'll be good enough to be booed off stage.
Yeah, exactly.
You suck.
Okay,
he
heard.
But I don't suck as bad as I used to.
I don't suck nearly as bad. Yeah. Okay. Okay. He can hear that. So there we go. We're good to go. You guys ready to rock? Let's get this party started. Oh, I was gonna say, Breakman. Next week might be a semi slightly supersized RP Grinders because we're not having a show on the 25th, obviously, because of Christmas. But we're doing our Game of the Year. So just two categories this year. Game of the Year and also like the best game you played all year. So, because you know how like we always play like old school games and, you know, stuff like that. So that and also
calendar.
the finals of our greatest Christmas song of all time. And also, Breakman, you got to start thinking of what January's tournament is because we're going to have to throw up a poll next week to figure that out.
Yeah, well, they'll have time to we have time to plan it and get ready at least because are we doing a show on the 1st?
We are doing a show on the 1st. Freak says, just have Frank be your opener, then you can tell them that you don't suck as much as Frank did. How dare you, Freak 5? You're awful. You're exiled, you son of a bitch. Let's see, what else? I think we're
open with the cowbell, and I'll come in with the harmonica.
Yeah, hell yeah. Why not? I could play the cowbell. That's not a problem.
We need to give Eric something like a triangle or a kazoo or something.
I say we give him the flute. I think that would be perfect for Eric. Eric would rock on the flute. I'm guessing.
Oh no, but the flute's kind of more complicated than what we're using.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's kind of more complex. I was thinking more like the low rent, easier to use instruments.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Like Eric I'm just going based on our gaming prowess. And I'm probably on the low rung. You're probably like maybe a step or two above on that rung. And then Eric is like, Eric is out of this world with video games. So why not give him the flute and see what he can do? You know, maybe sax. There you go. He could be like the guy on Lost Boys.
Yeah, we could definitely use a sax player.
Yeah,
that's true.
My birthday's in January. Your tournament B, what is the best thing I have said that got me exiled? Freak 5, that's like literally hundreds and hundreds of exiles that you've gotten. So like there's no chance of that happening. That's way too much work, man. I mean, I don't want to do any work. And I know Break and Eric don't want to do any work either. So you know.
That's true. I don't like
this show is like the least effortless show of all time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, the least effort, the better. So, you know, I mean, that's how things go. You ready to go, Break?
Sure.
You ready, Eric?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. And welcome, everybody, to RP Grinders, episode 621. I'm your host, Frank Branches, alongside my trusty cohorts, Eric the Great, Breakman the Bold. Gentlemen, how are you? I always love
I'm thinking about it.
Okay. What about you, Eric? You all right?
It was a week.
Yeah. See, you guys just had a week. I kind of had just a week, too. I mean, nothing major, nothing. Although I did get some breaking news that we talked.
Although my copy of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot finally came in.
Oh, that's good news.
You guys only took 2 weeks.
You guys didn't get your packages yet, did you? I sent out.
I haven't checked my mail today, so who knows?
Okay.
I got my own package.
You got your own package? I bet you do, man. It's not as big as my package, though. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to compare them. It's fine. I don't really care.
Yeah.
You do whatever you got. That's fine by you. But
right.
Yes.
I guess it's not the size of the package is the ocean of the motion, right, Breakman? I mean that's how it is.
No, it's definitely the size of the package. I'm not saying it's small. It's not. I was just saying I'm not going to compare it like myself to another man. I think that's not fair to me or the other man.
I hear you. I hear you, man. All right, we're gonna have a heck of a
bigger or smaller. You know. Just,
yeah.
You know, we're all different.
All right.
It's like women who compare each other's breast sizes.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody
cool,
does that.
You know?
Yeah. All right. We're going to have a heck of a show for you guys today. Some surprising sweetos, some stinkos, of course. You know, Freak 5 is touting his exiled prowess in chat. So there you go. So why don't we just get started?
RPG news.
All right, Eric, you're up.
From RPG site, we've got new Yakuza news. Basically, Yakuza Remastered Collection is coming to the Xbox and the PC for Windows 10. I guess maybe Steam as well, but we know at least those two are going to be on the Game Pass.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Along with Yakuza 6.
Game Pass is really making a great case to never own games again.
Yes.
You can just rent them so easily. Okay.
You know what, Breakman? I spoke about this. You know how you're always saying that we shit on the Xbox all the time, but I did say that Game Pass might be the thing that like propels them ahead. I mean, this is huge. I mean, I know it's not. I mean,
Drake should play this 7 immediately because like he's got Game Pass.
Yeah, Yakuza series is great. I beat Zero, not Zero. Zero. I beat Zero, and I started Kiwami, which is the first main. You know, that was like a remake of the first one, and I played bits and parts of the other ones, but I need to get through them. But they're really solid, good games, man, with really good stories. Good
Anyways, the dates for these are January 25th for the collection, and for Yakuza 6, it's going to be March 25th.
That Game Pass is going to be hard to beat, Break. PlayStation Now does not compare to it at all. I mean, Sony's
Unless you
got...
ask a fanboy.
Yeah, Sony... Well, you can ask a fanboy, but they'd be completely wrong.
I was just reacting basically to what I saw on Twitter. Like, somebody posts anything, it's like the fanboy wars immediately start.
I know, it's like...
They didn't say anything about retail releases for the previous Yakuza releases, though.
It makes zero sense, Breakman. Like, there should be no fandom. Fanboyism, because it's like
I get mad when you guys like dog on the Xbox, because I don't dog on the PlayStation. I'd like to have a PlayStation.
I'll dog on Sony.
No, I dog on shit that sucks, Breakman. And if Sony sucks, at times I've begged on them too.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Hell, Nintendo sucks right now.
Yes, they do.
I'm just saying, like, I don't like.
I should have put them.
I
in
like
my
all
consoles,
consoles.
but I didn't have time to look for a link.
I agree with you.
They all have their benefits, but I look forward to a future where we don't need consoles and you can just play the fucking games you want. You don't have to buy 40 different systems.
Yeah, I agree.
But it usually involves a monopoly, and monopolies aren't great.
Yeah,
that's the one thing. At the same time, like, look what's happening with, HBO Max, for instance.
Yeah, I know. HBO Max is doing something.
Oh yeah, there's this thing I need to add. We're talking about monopolies. It'd be Funimation acquiring Crunchyroll.
Is this true? I heard there's Freak says there's a glitch in Cyberpunk that you can see your character's dick and boobs. I mean,
wait, your character has dick and boobs?
Why would you
saying
dick or tell us? But
well, that's how Freak 5 rolls, Break, which is fine. I mean, if that's how you want to play the game.
So you can actually roll like that in this? Like, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Hey, you guys need to take over the next news stories because I got to take this dog out. She's freaking out.
Right.
Say
the dog
get pulled from shelves, but God of War's gone away with stuff like that, and as Dante's Inferno. So
we all know
if the game's Western enough, they'll leave it alone.
What were you saying, Break?
After you hit your 50th century, you became incontinent. We all know.
How dare you?
It's not the dog that's going out.
The dog is definitely wanting to go out. So, all right, Break, you're up next, and I'll be back.
Coming to us live from RPG site, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition, getting a patch in December. Who fucking cares? The patch addresses numerous bugs and glitches, and also offers a few small gameplay tweaks. Most notably, players who complete a dungeon together in multiplayer can choose to move to another dungeon as a group, rather than being forcibly disbanded. That's stupid. They didn't put that in from the beginning?
Also, another thing that they should fix, I don't know if it addresses here, but whoever's hosting the game is the only one that gets the mirror.
That's stupid. Okay, the patch doesn't seem to address some larger structural issues, such as game progression and multiplayer regarding
Sounds like they haven't fixed that. yet.
Okay, here. Well, here's the list of what they did. Improved the storage function, improvements to power of focus attacks for Lily tribe weapons, Leviathan, and Daybreak. Timing adjustments being made to automatic timeout triggers when no input is made in multiplayer mode. Fixing a bug where the player's caravan automatically returns to the region where they played a dungeon in multiplayer mode. Additionally, fixing an issue with the Crystal Chalice element when trapped in a specific area. Fix an issue where a boss's HP gauge cannot keep up with the speed at which it decreases. Fixing an issue that occurs when a guest enters a lobby at the same time the host leaves or is disconnected, and upon returning to the lobby and completing a dungeon, the original host flags are overwritten to replicate the guest flags. Fixing an issue where a control would no longer respond after talking to Teal Doll inside a building in Alphataria. Fixing a bug so the flags are reset if objects that spawn a question mark element hotspot have progressed from their default state prior to reaching year number 5. Fixing a bug where a synchronization fails if a player joins a dungeon in which mire drops cannot be collected just as a boss is defeated. Fixing a bug occurring during a boss battle when playing multiplayer in the Demon's Court, where the saw is activated but does not hit monsters. And finally, other minor bug fixes. That's fucking.
All I have to say is, Square, who are you hiring to do these ports? Because they're not doing a good job.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Some people seem to forgive some of these companies a little, because I remember when Final Fantasy VIII Remaster came out, and Digital Foundry was talking about the quote unquote difficulties that the development team had when porting the game. It's yeah, I guess you did have difficulties, but I wonder what would happen if you were a little bit more competent, because you really fucked the pooch in this.
Yeah.
So besides the bugs, they actually added a few improvements to the game too. Addition of a function allowing the members of a party to Addition of a function allowing the members of a party who have cleared a dungeon together to select an alternate dungeon to play through together on multiplayer mode. Changes to loot selection on the results screen so that loot will now be randomly allocated if a selection is not made before the timer runs out. Addition of a return to the world map option when defeated by a dungeon boss, and addition of a storage Moogle in each town.
This sounds like a lot of fucking shit to add so far after the release.
I'll go back to what I said first. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Why are you playing this game anyways? Let's move on. Go play something. There's a lot of good games out there. Stop playing shit.
Yeah, there's way better games to play. All right,
you can play shit for a little bit, but just go play some other games.
I mean, I would consider Crystal Chronicles almost a fucking shovelware title, man. It's not great, man. It's just not great. Okay, let's move on to bigger and better news. This might interest you, Breakman.
Yes.
Star Wars: Knight of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords released.
Sith Lords.
Yeah, Sith Lords.
Cisgender Lords. It's a whole different game.
Yeah, it's a whole different game. That's Sith Lords releases for mobile devices on December 18th. So I'm not going to get into it, but $15 price point. Are you okay with that price point, Break? It's a little hefty.
I've been waiting for them to put this on here, but $15.
Might want to wait for a sale. Would you pay 10?
I don't know, because this game. Remember the how they cut out parts of the game and didn't finish other parts of the game?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to play $10 for a game that was never finished.
It's just a straight.
The weird thing is you can play the PC version with that stuff now, because a team went and tried to fill in the gaps as best they could.
Yeah. I mean, would you consider this game better than the first one? I think the first one's better, is it not?
First one was fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't get around to playing this one, but then, by the time I got the chance to get to it, it was like, oh, there's all these problems with it? Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
The first one was really good, for sure. Yeah. All right, Eric, you're up.
All right. Excuse me. I was going to sneeze for a minute, but I'm fine. Persona 5 Strikers has been officially announced. I could have covered this last week, but I didn't have time to put it in. But anyways, set to release on February 23rd for PlayStation 4, Switch, and Steam, which might suggest why it took so long. But I don't know if this the console versions will be based off the Asian ones or not. That could have just been a separate release.
Yeah.
But on the consoles, game will feature English and Japanese voiceovers along with English, French, Italian, Spanish, and German subtitles. The PC release will also have Japanese, Korean, and traditional Chinese subtitles in addition to the rest.
Is this a proper Persona title, like, or is this like, what is this, Eric?
I told you last week already.
Yeah, because like I can
I knew that was
remember.
gonna make him mad.
What is it, Eric? Is it an offshoot? What is this?
It says right here that it's a spin-off sequel to Persona 5 featuring gameplay system with warrior-style Musou action influences.
Okay.
Notably, the game does not feature any narrative content specifically related to the expanded storyline of Persona 5 Royal, such as Kazumi.
Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. I mean, any more Persona is good news. I mean, what's your favorite Persona game, Eric?
Honestly, Persona 4 Golden.
Golden? Okay. Yeah. Persona 4. I like Persona 3 a lot. That was the super controversial.
Mainly because even though 5 is really good, it's more iterative, so it doesn't feel as special.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next story, Breakman.
Coming to us live from Silicon Era, and we don't do them very often anymore. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection arrives on Nintendo Switch, and I rewatched the trailer, and it looks as fucking hard as usual.
It does. I was gonna
This
say
is one of these games I'd pick up for maybe $1 or something because I know I'm gonna get to maybe the second level or third level.
Well, the game has skill trees, so I guess there's an RPG element. So you could eventually get better.
Unless there's like
better
cheat
gear
codes like the Super Nintendo version, there's no way.
I talked about.
Sorry, Frank.
No, I was gonna say I talked about this a little bit, and Bernie was super excited, and then Eric was bagging on me on Twitter, which is fairly easy, low hanging fruit. But back in the day, I know you guys won't believe this, but I could beat this game with like $1 at the arcades. But that's when my skill set was like way better than it is now, But I agree with you, Breakman. This game looks every bit as hard as.
Yeah, it looks pretty. Like and in here it says it's blending 2D and 3D graphics and models together, and it looks great. I mean, visually, and the Ghosts and Goblins games are fun, but I can only play them for a little bit because they're too fucking hard.
Where's my HD remaster of Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins?
Yeah.
And it's not like a fair hard because enemies will literally come out of the ground right underneath you and shit.
Yeah, it's unfair. Like, it's totally unfair. Were you at a penny arcade, Freak 5? Say, how dare you, Freak 5? You're exiled, you son of a bitch.
Well, if I was at penny arcade playing this game, I still couldn't beat it.
Yeah. Well, no, I definitely did, man. Like, I could go through runs where I would get close to just using like 1/4. Like I was pretty damn
I don't
good.
know any penny arcades that would allow you to play a game like that for a penny.
Yeah, I know, man. Like, penny arcades. Like, there was a nickel arcade here, and like there were very few nickel. Like, you could play like Pac-Man, I think, for like a nickel, but yeah.
That was in the 50s?
Oh, how dare you,
Right?
son of a bitch.
Before Pac-Man came out, they had it on sale.
How dare you?
So.
How dare you, Breakman, son of a bitch. You did don't add any lasting like BS to Freak 5 in chat or Eric over here. Like, I
You're
get
talking about nickel games. Like, the last time I remember anything being a nickel was like a Tootsie Roll or something.
how dare you? How dare you?
A pack of cards.
You guys, like, I used to go to we used to have this corner store by my house where I grew up, and I could literally like walk out of there like with like tons of candy for like 50 cents or less. Like,
But how much was he charging?
How
And
dare
much
you.
did you take?
How-
Just take.
how dare you? early 2000s there was a nickel arcade that every game was a nickel. Freak 5 says. Yeah, they're not here, dude. There was only certain ones. Like, it was called a nickel arcade, but like, I mean, come on. All right, let's see who did that story. I think you did, Break. So I'll do the next one. Kind of keeping with the theme here. Coming to us from Siliconera.
Well, before
This
you
one's
move
really
on,
cool.
I want to commentate on the Ghost of Goblins Resurrection a little bit. I think it's wrong to call it Ghost and Goblins Resurrection because it looks more like it's a remake or a rendition of Ghouls and Ghosts because
Yeah.
it looks like it has more of those characters.
Yeah.
in it.
It's I don't know. It doesn't seem like a sequel or anything. It just seems like
Well, I think it's more worldwide known as Ghosts and Goblins.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah.
Well, that was the first game.
No, I know, but
Right,
he's saying
that's
people.
that's
yeah.
the name. Like Castlevania, for instance, was called Dracula outside, but now everybody calls it Castlevania.
Castlevania, yeah. Freak Five says Jolly Ranchers were 3 cents. Yeah, there's stuff like that, man. Capcom Arcade Stadium brings retro hits to Switch in February 2021, and we were talking about Ghosts and Goblins. It's gonna have that. It actually has both Ghouls and Ghosts, Ghosts and Goblins, 1941, 42, 43, 44, and XX, which is nice.
Actually, isn't Ghouls and Ghosts supposed to be like DLC or something?
It doesn't say that. It just lists it right here.
Are they gonna do like additional games you have to buy? Is that what you're saying? Or
Yeah, there's going to be 3 packs. This is kind of like that arcade release they did back on the PS4 a few years ago. But these are a little bit more modern.
I gotcha. I don't know. It looks okay, but
32 games isn't bad because I remember the Capcom Classics Collection selling 1 and 2 for the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox.
it's got some nice little. I was looking at the video here. It's got some nice little additions. Like you could have fast, slow mode, hard, easy mode. Stuff like because those games back in the day were just balls hard. I mean, we talked about
these are all arcade versions of games, correct?
But
Not
like
the
most
NES
of
versions.
the beat 'em up bundle games are here, so like why bother buying that game now? I could just get this.
Yeah, that rewind function Freak 5 is talking about on the Switch is nice. That does help out.
Yeah,
quite a
but
bit.
playing Ghosts and Goblins, like you're rewinding every second, like
Yeah, exactly.
So how
Let's
much
see.
is this gonna cost us?
There's some Street Fighter stuff on here, which is goodness.
$15, I think,
Yeah.
for each pack.
It doesn't say.
15 a pack? Wow.
Yeah, that's a little too much. Like if you're paying $5 for, I mean, $1 would seem reasonable, $1 or $2 for certain ones.
Yeah, like this is when Capcom was really like, they were really the shit. The 80s.
Yeah, apparently they made this during. Did you guys catch the Game Awards last night? I watched part. Yeah, I watched part
Why
of.
would I waste my time doing that?
I watched part of it, but it was just a corporate.
We're gonna give The Last of Us 2, which doesn't deserve any of those rewards, in my opinion, all the awards.
I agree. It was a farce as far.
Well,
I just
or at least
The Game Awards usually are. It's just whatever's the biggest name title. Like
yeah.
whatever had like the biggest budget and shit usually wins.
It's so stupid. Like Ghost of Tsushima should have definitely won Game of the Year. Like it shouldn't have even been close. Like Last of Us 2 was good, from what I hear, but like they won like I think they won like best writing, and I'm like the writing was the weakest part of that game from everything everybody says. Like I don't know. It's just a big.
like, not only do you have characters doing things for no good reasons other than to move your own plot forward, which is bullshit because the game should have ended after the first game.
Yeah, I agree. They should have did something different in that world, but whatever. All right, Eric, you're up.
Okay, from RPG site, we've got Double Dragon. Or no, this is Silicon Era.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say.
This is Double Dragon Neon's coming to the Switch and on December 21st. So just a few days before Christmas. What a nice Christmas present.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks like classic Double Dragon with like updated visuals and a lot of.
Well,
fun.
this is a port of a game that came out years ago.
It looks good though. I mean, it does. What can I say, Eric? I'm looking at the video.
I wonder
now.
if they're gonna add any new features or like tweak the game a bit. I doubt it, but who knows?
Yeah, it looks okay. I mean, I'm totally down to play something like this. I mean, Double Dragon was fun, so especially co-op. I mean, those.
I
games
hope
are
that
really,
at least
really
the load times are faster on the Switch, because
yeah.
that was one thing that kind of bothered me about the PS3 version and the PC version of the game.
Yeah.
And the arcade version of the original was the best, like especially
Oh,
if you were
yeah.
playing 2 players, because then it's like, okay, now you have to fight each other.
Yeah.
What? Really?
Yeah, exactly. All right, Breakman, you get the honor of the last story.
Coming to us live from Silicon Era. NISA won Saviors of Sapphic Wings. Oh, I'm sorry. Saviors of Sapphire Wings and Strangers of Sword City.
That'd be a very different game.
I know.
Yeah.
Frank, nothing for that, Frank. Once Saviors of Sapphire Wings and Strangers of the Sword City revisited beta testers. I want that Sapphic Wings game.
You kind of did it yourself just by saying it, Break. I mean,
I know, but like you're supposed to, like you didn't want that game? Like I
I
want that
totally
game.
want that game, man. Hell yeah. Like, why not? I mean, Eric's got an eRogue bundle coming up that, maybe both of us will be interested in. Go ahead, Break.
NIS America is looking for people with both PCs and some free time on their hands, not me. It has opened up on What is it? It has opened up on applications for Savior of Sapphire Wings and Stranger
This is
of
basically what they
Saber
did.
Fist.
This is basically what they did with the original Strangers of Sword City.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's
the
just,
application is fairly standard. People have provided their name, Steam username, date of birth, explained their languages, and let NIS American know about their OS and computer specs. Let me see here. Stranger of Sword City is a game that's seen quite a few times before. While the original Xbox 360 version wasn't released outside of Japan, PlayStation, Vita, Xbox One, and PC versions all appeared worldwide. As for Saviors of Sapphic Wings, this is the first time it will ever appear out.
Sapphire.
Oh, Sapphire Wings. Sorry. Saviors of Sapphire Wings. Sorry. And Sword City Revisited will come to this PC.
I would play that game, Breakman.
Finally, I get a laugh from you, Frank. God, I thought the first time I said Sapphic Wings, you would have like, what?
I mean,
like, nothing. You were just stone cold.
I'm so distracted, Breakman. This dog is just.
I don't understand. Maybe you could explain it to me, but what does Sapphic have to do with lesbianism?
Wait, did he say it had anything to do with lesbianism?
No, it
Eric?
does, but that's why I'm asking.
I don't know. Let me look up the word Sapphic in the dictionary. Let's find out what it means.
You guys hear this? Do you guys hear this? This is ridiculous.
Yes. Dog.
Stupid dog. I mean,
yes,
stupid dogs.
Yeah.
Let me see. Related to lesbians or lesbianism. 2, related to Sappho, her poetry, or verse in a meter associated with her.
Yeah.
Sappho. I guess what is it? Greek god or Roman god or something?
I guess.
Yeah.
All right, now I gotta look up Sappho. All the work I gotta do.
I know you do too much work, man. So yeah, there you go. I mean, scissoring and whatever this game is. But Freak Pipe says Scissoring City.
I'm sure in Stranger of Sword City there is a scissor weapon. So
okay, wow, this is a real person. Sappho was an archaic Greek poet from the island of Lesbos.
Oh, okay, that's where it originates. Yeah, okay, sweet.
This is where the word lesbian, it really does originate from that
yes,
island, huh?
Lesbos. Yes,
I did not know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Even though the word lesbian has nothing to do with lesbian, or Lesbos has nothing to do with lesbian, they decided to make it so.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, let's move on to.
I don't think so. Homie, don't play that.
Homie discounts. Eric's got an eRogue bundle. Eric.
Yeah. This is from Groupies, which is the erotic or eRogue bundle 7. So there's been several since before.
Yeah. Was there anything new? Or are they
the
all
interview, you know what you have got to do to get the job. This is on that last bundle I mentioned, but now I'm more inclined to get this because it has a bunch of other stuff I don't have. Detective Masochist 2, The Case of the Tortured Servant, B-War, Girls Defense, Demon Sword Snakes. Jeez, that doesn't sound suggestive. Domination Quest, Kuro and the Naughty Monster Girls.
Oh, you're gonna have to get this, Eric. I can't put it up on the screen because there's a little bit of nipple showing on one of them, so I can't show you guys. But
this is all you get for $7.
I wish these games would play on the Mac, man. I would totally fucking play it. I guess I could get Boot Camp and play these type of games.
Yeah, because a lot of these games are designed with XP or such because they don't have very high specs. That's why.
Yeah. Freak is exiled in chat.
Yeah, that's cruel. Why would you do that to a dog?
Dare you? How dare you? I've never even considered doing any of that. He's talking about spreading peanut butter on his junk and stuff like that. I think he has a peanut butter fantasy on his balls. I think that's what it
doesn't?
is.
I mean,
Who doesn't?
who does? I mean, jeez.
Breakman, should I play it?
Hold on, let me take care of something on my computer. I think somebody's pinging me and I'm busy.
Okay.
And I need to tell them that I can't do
Breakman,
anything right now.
should I play your
No.
music? No?
No.
All right, no Dear Breakman questions. Send your questions in to Dear Breakman or at RP Grinders on Twitter, and we will read them on the air. All right, let's move on to...
Inquiring minds want to know.
Inquiring minds want to know what you've been playing, Breakman.
I've really only been playing this week Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, okay.
Love this game.
Yeah.
I haven't had much time to play, but when I have, I love this game.
The guy that the likeness, I think, is that guy from Shameless. He's a good actor.
He played the Joker in Gotham.
Yes, that's the same dude. Yeah, he's a good actor.
Yeah, he's in it, and Forrest Whitaker's in it too.
Oh, okay, cool.
And if you know Forrest Whitaker, you know that's some talented acting right there.
Oh yeah, Forrest Whitaker's he's won an Academy Award before, man. He played Itzhak Rabin in a movie, and he was really, really fucking good. You guys, I can't remember the name of that movie, but you guys should watch that movie. It's really, really good. He's an asshole in that movie, but of course he is. I always thought that Forrest Whitaker could do an updated Columbo. You ever watch that show Columbo, Breakman?
Yeah, I was never really a big fan of that. I guess you could do that.
But because he's kind of unassuming, it seems like really. I think Forrest Whitaker could have been a really good Columbo. Freak says, I started sending Break questions and then he insulted me, so I said, fuck Breakman, I'm not sending him any more questions. Oh!
I'm sorry.
Wow.
What do I gotta do? Do I have to sacrifice goats in your name too?
No, you gotta come up with the scissoring island game for him. And then you'll be back in Freak's good graces, man. Let's see.
Well, let me go see if any of those other games that Eric was showing us have that kind of gameplay.
All right, Eric, what you been playing?
I've been playing more Dark Souls 3, trying to get the platinum. Really close. The only thing left I need are some proof of concords kept, which are just the thing you get from killing dark spirits and as a member of the Dark Moon Blades.
See, Breakman, I don't know if you've... I doubt you played any of the Dark Souls games, but this is what I'm talking about Eric. Eric is, as far as gamers go, Eric's the top of the food chain here, man. This guy's going for a platinum on Dark Souls 3, and I can't even get past the first fucking area in Dark Souls.
Do you have Dark Souls 3, Frank?
I do.
Maybe you could help me. Because you could invade me, and then I could just kill you and get the stuff.
Well, that would be like low hanging fruit, Eric. Yeah, I could probably do that, man. I haven't played I played Dark Souls 3. Wasn't it on the PS3, Eric?
No, it was the PS4 game.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I'll play it with you, man, if I can, and you could just kick my ass because that's hard to do. Yeah, you know what it was, Eric? I had it on my other PS4, and I lost all that shit. So I have to start over to start that game over. But let's see.
You'd have to rebuy it then?
No, I have it. I bought it again. I did buy it, but I have.
Oh, but your save data was on the other.
Yeah, my save data was on that other machine.
You didn't move it to the cloud, I guess.
No. None of my stuff. I lost everything, man. I lost a ton. I rebuilt it all back up, but it's all new shit now. And that's one of the games I haven't gotten back to, but I will get. I'll get to it. I'll boot it up, man. Can anybody how does the invasion work in that game?
You
Eric?
just go to an area and you well, I don't know if you. I don't know. This might be difficult because I think you need to in order to invade. Well, this I might be able to get. If you have the red soapstone sign, you can ask people to
All right,
So
Eric.
basically duel, but I think that involves beating the game, so that might be beyond your capacity.
Oh shit! It's not beyond my capacity. I could beat the game.
Otherwise,
Eric,
you can buy cracked red eye orbs, but there's that option. But you have to get to that. Even do that, you have to get to a certain level in the game, which isn't hard because it's in one of the first areas of the game.
Okay, we'll talk about it, Eric. It's not beyond my capacity, Eric. I can beat it. It just takes me a lot longer, a lot longer than the normal person. Freak Five says Assassin's Creed Scissor on Lesbos. I'll have you know, Eric, when we get to what we've been playing, you'll be surprised. What break did? Oh, you did Star Wars Fallen
Have you
Order.
been playing Finger Bang or?
How dare you? How dare you?
Oh, okay.
Eric, what else have you been playing?
Other than that, I played a little bit more Ace Attorney: Spirit of Justice. Since I am only been playing at work, I haven't got very far. And the reason I've been playing it again is because I should be playing Root Double, but I know I could probably play it on my TV, but I've been too busy at home trying to take care of Dark Souls.
Yeah.
So, because if I wanted to bring it to work, I couldn't because I had to send my Joy-Con and because I needed to get it fixed. And I'm worried that they won't actually fix the problem that is wrong with the controller because when I went to fill out the sport ticket, I choose the left Joy-Con, but it doesn't let you specify what exactly is wrong with it. So they just assume it's because of the Joy-Con drift.
Okay.
But I'm hoping that they at least notice that the lock on the controller is broken because it's not properly locking. Because they have to take that thing apart to fix it that anyways for the drift. So hopefully they fix both of them.
Yeah. Anything else you've been playing, Eric?
Other than that, I've been playing a game called Morbid, which we talked about a while ago.
Yeah. Let's see. Freak Five says that's the Assassin game I want to play. Assassin's Creed Scissor on Lesbos. Yeah.
If there's one thing I don't like about it right off the bat, though, is that I think the game's a little too sluggish for its own good, and bosses have way too much health.
One of those type of games.
It's a Souls-like, but I think they missed the point on a few counts.
Yeah. Freak said I would buy the deluxe edition of that. What kind of DLC, Breakman? Really? DLC strap on. You guys are something else. The
a
deluxe...
limited edition Assassin's Creed themed fleshlight.
I mean, you
That
can't
is marketing right there. That is genius.
you can't spell
character.
Yeah, you can't spell assassin without two asses. So you know what I'm saying.
True.
So there you go. Okay, I've been playing. I mean, I always play MPQ. I don't even know why I put that on there. But Demon Souls, I did make progress. I beat the Tower Knight. So that was I cheesed it, man. I put it on Twitter. I don't know if you guys saw it, but there's a place where you can go to the back of the arena and just hide behind like a bitch and just wail away with arrows, and that's what I did. Sort of the same.
I like my own first playthrough of the game on the PS3 a long time ago.
What were you saying, Break?
I like breaking the game, like finding something that's like, oh, they didn't see this. I'm gonna exploit
Yeah, you know,
it.
I looked at the cheeses for that boss, and I found my own cheese for that boss. So I found something that was unique that nobody else was doing. So I felt kind of accomplished in that. You know what I mean, Break?
Right.
Like other people were cheesing, like going to the back of the arena and like you know, hitting them a couple times, doing some other things, and not me, man. I found my own little place to cheese, and that's what I did. I cheesed the fuck out of that boss, but I felt good, man. I was like, yeah, I'm.
You outsmarted the game. You should feel good.
Yeah, I feel good, man. Like I'm making progress. Before we got on the air today, I almost got up to the Fool's Idol boss, and I was gonna beat that, and then that would have been two bosses, but then fucking
the only reason I suggest you go there first is because it's a good place to get lotuses, which you'll need for the Valley of Defilement.
Oh yeah,
which is actually an easier place to go to compared to the Strawing of Storms.
Yeah. Well, I'm almost done with it, Eric. I just got to beat that Fool's Idol, and First, I got to beat the Red Phantom, which is a pain in my ass right now. But you know what I have to say though, the Prison of Hope is one of the scariest fucking levels because it's so claustrophobic, and then you got mind flayers like going crazy, and oh man,
and they'll shoot magic at you. And if you're a magic user, you probably have the ring of magic sharpness, which is a double-edged sword because it increases your magic damage, but it also makes you take double magic damage.
Yeah,
so they can one-shot you.
Well, not only that, the mind flayers can throw a green spell at you that paralyzes you, and then they come up to you and like man, it's fucked up.
Well,
man.
they have two versions of that: the one that they shoot directly in front, and the one that's an area effect version.
Yeah, it's like a sound thing. Like I don't know. They're scary as fuck. That whole area is fucking scary. It's
and the thing is that the shock doesn't hurt you. It's then they'll have the opportunity to just suck blood from you.
Yeah. But I've had an okay time with it. Like I just go up and melee them. You know, I just wait till they shoot off their thing, and then I just kick their ass. But 'cause I have a +6 halberd, so
The Red Phantom versions of those mind flayers are a bastard, though.
Yeah, they are. I think those I'm just gonna take arrows and just shoot them from a distance. I'm not gonna fuck around with those things, man. I haven't run up against one yet, but I know they're coming. But fuck those Red Phantoms, man. They suck. But I'll talk a little more Demon Souls later on. But we need to move on to
RP Grinders reviews.
Hey, Break, did you have a review this week?
Mm-mm.
All right, Eric, I didn't see a review for you. I got a quick review. I watched a movie, finger banging mini game. You guys are stupid, man. I watched a movie called Unhinged with Russell Crowe. I think it's Russell Crowe's latest movie, and it's about just a guy that basically becomes unhinged and is a road rager. And it's like this back and forth between this woman and her kid in a car and his truck, and he gets all pissed off because she doesn't say sorry for honking at him like an asshole, which she was an asshole, but she didn't deserve what what was coming for her, man. Like this guy is like he's really unhinged, but Russell Crowe has gained like a lot of weight. It's weird. Like most of his scenes were him sitting down in a car in his truck, but the scenes where you can see him, he is like literally morbidly obese. It's a far cry from the Gladiator days for sure, man. Like but he's still as good as ever. The acting is fine. It's basically a car chase movie for a good portion, and then it's a scary scenario which could happen to anybody. Like this guy is crazy, and he does a lot of fucked up shit. Kills his ex-wife, and oh man, it's a crazy movie. I give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. I got it from the Redbox, so I highly suggest.
If you want to see a movie where somebody really goes unhinged, and a far better movie than that, a perfect 10, go watch Falling Down. Falling
Down is a good movie, man. It's
that's a great movie.
Did you see Unhinged?
No, I'm just saying I didn't have to see it. I already know Falling Down's better.
I don't know about that, man. Like I like Falling Down. Falling Down's a good movie, but this is a good one too, man. I kind of like this version of Falling Down because it's kind of like that, Falling Down is just Michael Douglas at his peak, man. I think that movie's really good. You bring up a good one. Rosa was the first time I ever had to scrape a car. What? What is Bernie talking about in chat? Rosa, I think she means today was the first time I ever had to scrape a car. Well, the snow.
Oh, snow. Okay, yeah.
Bernie's like, she's used to Arizona weather. In other words, hell. Freak says, I love Falling Down. Yeah, Falling Down's a good movie. If you like Falling Down, you'll like this movie. It's good. It's not as far-reaching as Falling Down. It's basically a contained story, but yeah, it's good. It's really good. Okay, well, let's move on to everybody's favorite segment.
What is it?
Stinko of the Week.
All right, Breakman, you are up, sir.
I've got a few. So
All right.
let me go ahead and I guess I'll start with one. HBO Max.
Okay.
Their long-term plans, I really don't have a problem with their long-term plans, but they're in the short term, they basically lied to a lot of directors and actors, who thought that they were going to get this big, wide movie release. Now they find out that all their movies, including movies like the next Godzilla, are all going to be exclusive to HBO Max.
I'm okay with it, Break. I'm perfectly okay with it.
In the future, yeah, but these people weren't. It's not like a Netflix movie where you're working for Netflix. These people thought, the directors of these movies, the writers and creators thought these movies were going to be big screen releases.
Yeah,
they thought they were going to have a wide release.
I understand that, but other than
I thought that they were going to do simultaneous theatrical and
they are going to be in the
releases.
theaters as well. Here's what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. A month they're going to be on HBO Max. And then they're going to be, some of them are going to, it's kind of complicated. Some of them are going to be multicast, and some of them are going to be in the theaters like 3 to 4 weeks after they're on HBO Max. I mean, all the actors are paid up front, Break. So there's no, unless you have a deal where you get part of the box office, in which case you could probably sue them. And
they actually are being sued by several directors, including Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan.
So yeah, I'm with the directors on this one.
Yeah, I kind of am not, man. Like, unless you have one of those back deals where you get part of the box office, like, I don't think there's a case to be made, man. Like, you made your money.
Directors do.
Well, the directors too, but like,
no, usually the directors have back end deals and stuff like that.
Well, if that's the case, then he has every right to sue. I mean, that's how it is. But and then let the courts, figure that all out.
I can't believe you would side with a big corporation over an individual.
Like I said, Breakman.
I'm just giving you shit, Frank.
Like I said though, like if you think about it, if you're already paid, like Nolan was already paid. Like Tenet came out. And the motherfucker was paid.
Tenet was the reason why they're doing this, because Tenet bombed at the box office.
Here in the United States.
Because of how restricted we are in the U.S.
Yeah. But it did very well overseas. Like, it made tons of money. But here's the thing, Break. Like, movie theaters are going by the wayside, man. Like, it's... I don't think it's a viable model anymore. Like, directors and actors and all these studios are going to have to get together and figure out something, because, like who's... I know, like... Bernie and I decided this, Breakman. We're not going to the theaters no more. Especially if you're going to release...
There are a lot of people who still love going to the theaters.
I mean,
personally, I'm with you. I'd prefer to stay home, and if I got to take a shit, I can pause it or something.
Right. But here's the thing. Like, I'm big on theaters, Breakman. I love going to the theaters to see movies. But I'm at the point where, like, if we can prevent, like, big gatherings like that, like, why would we do it? Like, do we want do we want the next version of coronavirus to, like...
That's just the immediate future, and the next... I'm talking about, like, the overall future.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we can do things like not have theaters, and that would prevent a good chunk of people from gathering, man. Like, it just makes... It makes health sense, is what I'm saying. Like nobody's... After this pandemic is done, Breakman, how many people do you think are going to wear masks? Like, I've already committed. I'm wearing a mask anytime I'm in fucking public. You know what I mean? Like, from here on out, like, I think it's just a good practice to wear a mask. I don't think you should be forced to or whatever, unless there's a mandate like there is right now. But, like, in times where we're not having a pandemic, like, it's just good practice to continue wearing that mask. Flu is still a big thing here. So if you can prevent somebody from getting the flu, and less and less people are catching the flu, like, it's a good thing. I don't know, man. Like, COVID has changed my thinking in a lot of things, Breakman. But
I'm not disagreeing with you. Like, I'm not going to go do this stuff, but I know that there are a lot of people who do want to go to the movies, and they want to go to amusement parks, and they want to go do all this stuff, because just look around, they are doing it.
No, I know, I hear you, man. But, like, we've got to...
Nobody seems to realize we're in the middle of a pandemic.
I know, and we have to realize we're in the middle of a fucking pandemic. Like, it's good that the vaccines are being rolled out now, but, like, it's going to be June before any of us are even have a chance of getting.
I'm just worried how much that shit's gonna cost.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's supposed to, like Biden's already committed that it's going to be free, but we'll see how long that lasts. We'll see how long Pfizer commits to giving away vaccines for free. You know what I mean? Like it's. We'll see. I agree with you, Eric. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if
At
they
the
start.
very least, I want it to be $10.
Yeah, $10. Like, $10 I could see. But we already paid for the research and development of these vaccines. Like, that's taxpayer money that's been already spent. Like, it should be free for all of us. Like, that's one thing that Biden has said that I've agreed with. Like that we should get free.
If it doesn't end up being free, then the money should go towards research for other things.
Yeah. Let's see.
Or continuing further vaccines for when the viruses will inevitably mutate.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It just goes into CEOs' pockets is where it goes. Let's see. I thought they were putting. Yeah, that the freak said it right. Let's see. My stinko. My sister's moved into a new place. She had some friends come over, and a few days later, one of those friends was really sick and found out that she has COVID. My sister has been quarantined since Monday. Yep. See, I mean, you don't think, and then it happens. Like I felt.
This is why I'm not doing Christmas along with Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I mean, it's the right way of thinking. Like, stay home for a year. Like we've been dealing with this for this long, and
if people had just stayed home, through
my family's
June
been
or
lucky,
July.
but I'm pretty sure they also got tested before
Break, you're absolutely correct. Break, you're correct, and also, like, if our government would have been competent, maybe we would have half of the deaths or less than half of the deaths that we have now. I think we're 350,000 in. So
that's like the numbers that we get are more than likely an underestimate.
Oh yeah, no question. I mean, last I saw was 350, but I don't know if I believe that for a fucking.
I think the published number is like 290 right now, and 350 is like, but I think it's even probably higher than that because we have states that we, like Florida, where it's been said they're definitely underreporting.
Yeah. Ms. Lenity is in chat. Sad Girl's in chat. Sadie's Kitty's in chat, and also Slagar, our good friend Slagar. He says, "I came here to cheer the SCOTUS." Yeah,
we're not that far yet. We're still on Stinkos.
We're still on Stinkos, Slagar, but I agree.
Let's go to the next Stinko because since he brings it up, my next Stinko.
Yes.
Texas and 17 other states thought we don't like how your state voted, so Georgia, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan, we're all going to sue you.
Yeah, how'd that work out for him?
Well, we get to that with the Sweetos.
Yeah.
Stop jumping the goddamn Frank!
I ruined another of your stinko. But the Texas AG is a piece of shit. We could talk all day about the Texas AG.
It's not just him. It's tons of Republicans signing up for him. He's the one who started it. You're right. But since then, 17 other states have jumped on board.
By the way, that
hundreds of Republicans have jumped on this.
The Texas AG is under investigation. He's been indicted on some shit of his own. So,
I'm sure a lot of these guys are crooked, if not most.
Oh, probably 95% of them at least. I think they had also sued a couple of states that Trump won. Jesus Christ, man, so stupid.
These guys are morons. Like it's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Yeah. So fuck them assholes.
The new Confederacy is what we can call them, Breakman. The new Confederacy.
Rush Limbaugh's talking about seriously seeding.
Oh,
and
please.
People are listening to him like, yeah, we need to seed. Yeah, great. That's a fucking great idea because it worked last time, you fucking assholes.
You know what? If they want to do it, Breakman, I was talking to Eric about this before we got on the air. Go for it because most of those states that they're talking about, like Kentucky, Texas, everything's bigger in Texas, including their fucking welfare checks. They get more federal dollars than places like California, New York. All those.
Yes, that's the problem. Is there'd be a lot of suffering because of this vocal minority of rich assholes.
Is it a minority, Breakman? Because last I checked, it was almost 50% of the country that still supports Trump. I don't think it's a minority.
He lost an election.
He did, no question.
What was it, 6 million votes the last time? So yeah, it's not It's like 45% of the country.
Well, still, that's a good fucking
I
chunk.
know,
That's like,
don't get me wrong, but that's not
you
the
know,
point of what I was
I
saying.
know. Slagar says New Reich. Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
It's pretty
scary.
much,
Like
man.
their economies will collapse if they did something stupid like
I
this.
I
And
agree. I
how many
agree.
people would suffer because of this shit?
There
Like,
would be lots of suffering. There would be lots of suffering. You're right, Breakman. But like, I mean, if these people want it, you want it. There you go. Have your
there are
own little.
people in those states that don't want that. I mean, there are people in every state, even like there are people in every area with common sense. You know,
Yeah. No, I know, Breakman. I'm
there
not.
are people that are going to be victims of this who do not want it. And
It's not
then, of
like there
course,
aren't
the
victims
people
right
who
now.
we want to suffer, the rich people who cause this stuff, they won't.
Of course not. Of course not. Until we get our pitchforks, it's never going to happen, man. What else you got, Breakman?
Okay, so those stinkos, we got this, and we can move on to this one. We were talking about Greek stuff earlier.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
Greek god has died. Zeus has died.
What? What are you talking about? Oh, Zeus. Yeah.
Yes. Tommy
Ooh.
Tiny Lister.
Tiny Lister. Yeah. I heard
Tiny
about that.
Lister, Jr., also known as Zeus, has died.
Yeah, that he was only 62, man.
I know. That's
Golly.
fucked up.
Slagar says, "Oh yeah, the parts to the new PC are dribbling in, so that's good, Slagar. I'm glad you're getting your parts for your new PC."
So you're gonna argue with me on this one too, Frank?
How dare you? I'll argue
You
anything.
disagree.
Breakman.
You're gonna say it's fake news. He's still alive.
It's fake news. He's still alive. He's What else you got, Break?
That's it. Yeah.
Freak says, I just think of all things they would lose: Medicaid and Medicare, Social Security, and Debo. Yeah. That's the thing. Nobody thinks about those things, Freak 5. Like that. Like they use up more federal dollars in Medicaid and Medicare than and Social Security than any other. I think Florida is the #1 state for Social Security because of all the old people that live down there. Medicaid,
Like I
Medicare.
said, they see their economies would absolutely collapse.
Yeah, they would. They wouldn't. I mean, Florida might be okay because it could probably export since it's right near the ocean there. But maybe
tourism. I think that's the only thing that did keep Florida afloat.
Yep.
I think.
Yep. Florida would that be? Yeah, you're right. What's in Texas? Texas fucking blows, man. It's always fucking hot and humid and disgusting and racist and oh man, I hate Texas. Texas is one of the worst states in the nation, man. It really is. It's a fucking hellhole.
Texas is the only place to go if you're working for a tech company.
Yep.
Like my sister's husband does.
Yeah. Austin,
because he works in networking.
Austin's pretty
or if
pretty
you're going
progressive.
to get a voice acting role.
Yep, Austin's okay. Dallas is okay. Houston's pretty cool. But other than the major cities, like Texas can fuck itself. I can't stand Texas, man. Texas is. I've been there a few times, and it's awful. It's like no man's land. It's boring. Everything
it's
is
also
bigger.
a red state.
Yeah, I mean it's slowly turning, Eric. I mean it's weird because it's like it's getting to the tipping point, but still it's like, ugh. Yeah, but the stars at night are big and bright.
Amy, remember when Rick Perry did a rain dance?
Oh yeah, yeah.
To solve the drought.
Yeah, he tried to pray the drought away, and that we'll see how that works. But whatever. Okay, so we got yours. What about you, Eric? What is your Stinko of the week?
My Stinko, I already kind of talked about them, but Nintendo sucks because of all the weird DCMA takedowns they're doing, and then they shut down the tournament for Smash Melee because apparently they were playing an emulated version of the game. It's like, who the fuck cares?
Yeah, it's weird. Nintendo's weird with their. I mean, I know.
And the Splatoon tournament that was going to happen apparently supports the free Melee hashtag, so they shut that down.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're thinking. Along with their stupid limited releases and
they're overly protective, Eric.
Helicopter parenting Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean it sucks. Nintendo does suck in that regard. I mean they put out good games, but man, oh man, they're stingy with their intellectual properties, which I understand. Like you kind of have to protect your IPs, but I mean, come on, there's a limit to that shit. All right, I'm going to get to mine real quick. I lost 9,000 souls, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it took me a long time to get those, and I was just about ready to go back to the Nexus to level up, and a fucking red phantom of all things kicked my ass. And I'm like, okay, cool, no big deal. I could just run up, get back to that point, get them, and then get out of there. But as I was, as I respawned, I went up a set of stairs, and I wasn't thinking, like I went the wrong way, and of course I fell in a pit, and those 9,000 souls.
That's probably the area where you find sage free. Yeah, it's like no, don't stop.
Yeah, you got to take it slow, because there's like, I'm telling you, that fucking Prison of Hope. I don't know why they called it Prison of Hope. They should have called it Prison of Terror and Horror, because that's exactly what it fucking is. Yeah, Prison of False Hope and Terror and Horror and all kinds of shit, man. It's scary as fuck, man, but whatever. So that is why Frank is so old. He is a demon collecting people's souls. In Demon Souls, that is true, man, for sure. Also, I got a stinko for the Senate. They passed a resolution to keep the government open for another week, and they passed the defense bill. Is something missing there, Break? Do you see something missing from their slate of getting shit passed?
What bill before a COVID relief bill?
Yep.
I feel like we've talked about this before.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like we've the government. Let me see. They're talking about the military.
Yeah, military. And there was something else.
What else is going on in this country? Oh, that's only military, right? That's the only thing we need.
Military, and of course their money has to be secure for the next week. So fuck everybody else. Fuck the COVID, shit that's going on, and fuck people. They don't need money. I mean, do you need money, Breakman? Because I know I don't. I mean, we can survive on We should become oxygenarians, Breakman, because then all we need is oxygen. But you know what? The Senate would find a way to.
But I wanted to give all my money away to people. Yeah, like that was why I'm working, so I can give all my money away. I don't.
Well, and then if they gave you a
I don't need it. We're rich on oxygen.
Right. And if they gave you an extra $600 to $1,200, that would probably just go right on over to billionaires, anyways, right? Like you would send your check to Jeff Bezos, wouldn't you?
I mean, I bought my PS5 because of that last check.
Yeah.
I don't know about Bezos. I was thinking more about Richard Branson.
Okay. To me, it was between like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos.
Oh, man. You're right. Shit, you're right. I should send it to Elon Musk.
Yeah, because he's not quite as rich as Bezos, so we need to get him up there in the. And
he's gonna get us to Mars and then the moon and stuff like that.
Right.
We're gonna drill oil on the moon with Elon Musk.
You know what? They launched that SpaceX or whatever the fuck it was, and it blew up, and I was like, man. It couldn't have happened to a better person, Elon Musk. Yeah. There goes billions of dollars just up in smoke there. Let's see. Eric, don't you mean the only check? Yeah, it was the only check.
Yeah.
5. Yeah.
At least so far.
Yeah. Well, that's all it's going to be. We ain't getting any more. You think Joe Biden's going to push for stimulus checks? Fuck. Whatever.
As long as Mitch McConnell's in charge, we ain't getting shit.
Yeah. Can't that guy just die already?
Mitch McConnell thinks we need to cut entitlement programs before we need to stop helping people before, because it's hurting the government.
Right. Entitlement
not
programs.
All the tax cuts.
There's a real reason. There's a real reason why they call them entitlement programs, Breakman. I'm wondering, isn't it because we're fucking entitled to those programs like Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid? These guys are fucking morons.
We put so much money into Medicaid, and you know what our government has done with it? Spend it on other shit. Yeah. Like they've spent our money.
Yeah, exactly. Freak says, up in smoke, that's where my money goes, in my lungs, and sometimes up my nose. There you go, Freak 5. All right, let's move on to happier things.
So you got the Donald Trump Jr. diet going on.
He does look like he's coked up, man. He acts that way, too, man.
Dude, what does my tattoo say? Sweet.
So he's
Sweet of the week.
All right.
You're saying that Trump Jr. is Kramer from Seinfeld.
Probably. He looks like him. Have you seen Breakman? Have you seen those videos where he's like laying in his bed and he's like talking and like he looks like almost defeated in a way. You know what I mean? Like
he looks like he's out of coke. Yeah. Is what he looks like to me in those videos. Like, it looks like he just ran out.
He's on the downer.
I need more
Coke because I'm the Coke fiend.
I thought that was a Frank. How dare you, Freak Five? All right, Sweeto of the Week, Breakman. What you got?
Oh, we've actually talked about this already. The Supreme Court said, no, fuck you, you stupid assholes. No. We're not even going to see your stupid lawsuit because it's stupid and it's frivolous.
I was up in arms. I was talking to Eric about this because it broke right before the show started, Breakman. It was a 7-2 vote to not hear the case at all, like just outright dismissal. And I was like, who the fuck out of those 7 or 9 judges voted to hear the case? And of course it was Clarence Thomas and Scalia, right? Okay. But then I read like their comments on it, and they said they would not have voted to overturn the election. So in essence, even if it would have been brought up to the Supreme Court to get heard, it would have been a 9-0 vote. So I was like, that's pretty good for having an all conservative fucking, because you would expect it.
But I'm afraid of why they wanted to see it. Like, did they want to seed some dissent? Is that why they wanted to have it on
they wanted to
because this is the second one they've already the second
or
Trump.
They're like Mitt Romney and they just want to do protocol, right?
Well, the second Trump trial that the Supreme Court's dismissed, the first one was unanimous. They're like, nope.
Yeah. No, I think they were just out of morbid curiosity. They wanted to hear it just so they could say no. That's what
those are the two people I trust the least up there. So.
I agree, but no, I think they even said themselves they would not have voted to overturn the.
But I could see them getting a call from Trump and then talking about, well, we got this call from the president and I've changed my mind. Like, wait, you're not supposed to do that. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Well, we did.
Yeah.
Do something about it.
Yeah, well,
I'll do something about it. So.
Term limits, man. That's the way it's going to change, man. Have them.
But that they're actively fighting against them. Like
I
Trump
know.
is trying to. He's been saying like he wants to be president for 20 more years and shit. Like
I know, man. He's out of his fucking mind, man. And to be honest with you, I know it seems like the Republicans are totally on Trump's side, but there's no way they're going to go for him in 2024, man. No way. That was a Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke song. Yeah, I didn't remember which Cheech and Chong it was, Freak Five, but yeah, that makes sense. I take a token, all my characters up in smoke. Yep.
They go with the most vocal people in their base. So if their people are still cultists surrounded by just at the feet of Trump, then they might. You know?
We'll see.
I mean, that's why Lindsey Graham bent to him, not because he's well, I mean, he doesn't have a spine, but that's the reason he bent to him is because a lot of his constituents are like pro-Trump.
Breakman,
well, you have no spine.
We should do a poll, biggest Trump bootlicker. Like we could put we have 4 choices, so Lindsey Graham would be on there for sure,
okay,
right?
Ted Cruz is another one.
Ted Cruz, and what about Rudy Giuliani? I think we could put him on there.
Well, I think we should leave him off because he's not in office. Nobody's elected his ass.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's still a big ass fucking.
How about Rick Gates?
Ooh. Yeah.
Kisses his ass so much, can't even get his name right. Rick, yeah. Dude, it doesn't even sound like Matt, you jackass.
I know. Yeah, that's another one, man. There's so many, but those would be up there, man. Who do you think would win?
What is that one guy? Ron
DeSantis, the governor of Florida?
No. What was that one guy?
That's another one, man. DeSantis is a big
time. No, I'm thinking of a senator.
Shit. Yeah, I know. Wasn't it that one that got shot by some wacko? He's a big Trump bootlicker. I mean, they're all bootlickers.
God, I can't remember his name.
You can't put McConnell in that thing because he's too smart. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's the thing. Like, he's been using Trump to get everything he wants, and he knows it. Like, that's why he stays silent when Trump says something. He doesn't condone it. He doesn't.
Yeah, he is. You know, one thing you have to say about McConnell, he's probably one of the greatest politicians of all time. Like, if you just take, like I'm not saying he's done good for anybody because he hasn't but himself and, you know, his donors. But, like, as far as being a politician, who's better than Mitch McConnell, Breakman? Honestly.
Ron Johnson was the name I was looking for.
Ron Johnson. Yeah, that's fucking bootlickers, man. Yeah. Let's see.
But, yeah, Mitch McConnell, like, oh, God. Thank God he did not become president because Jesus. I mean, he's got enough power as it is.
I know. He's the most powerful man in the United States by far, man.
You're right.
Freak says, Sweeto, my dinner was good. Even better, it was free because I used gift cards that I won. What'd you eat, Freak5? He also says, we should just throw the alt-right's insults back at them. All the Republicans that Trump beat to get the 2016 nomination, the ones he insulted and that supported him after he got the nomination, we should call them cucks. At the top of that list, I'll never forget, like, after, you know, because Ted Cruz was one of the biggest ones, man. He was, like, acting all tough. Do you remember when Trump was insulting his wife, Breakman? And he was like, you mess with my wife, you mess with me, you know, like he was acting super tough. And then he was the one phone banking for Trump after Trump became the nominee.
It's the same thing with him as it is with Lindsey Graham. Is his most vocal supporters love Trump. So instead of, you know, standing up for himself, he decided to just, you know, lick the boots.
Yeah, of course.
Didn't take off the socks and make sure he got in between the toes and shit.
Get that toe jam, Lindsey Graham.
Yep.
Toe jam, Lindsey Graham, man. There you go, man.
Oh, there's some under his toenails. You gotta get that out. There you go.
Yeah,
That's
scrape
good.
that toe junk out of there. You know, fuck, man. Lindsey Graham's one of the worst, man. I can't stand even looking at that guy. I'm wondering if that pull boy story shit is true with him. Not that it matters that his sexual orientation, but can you imagine if that shit is true, man?
Well, I mean, as much as he's voted against gay rights, and as adamant as he's been against it, yeah, I could definitely see him being gay.
It would make sense. It would make total sense, man.
Because that's what it seems to happen. It's like the most adamantly anti-gay
projection,
like, candidates always turn out to be like
projection.
Like that guy in I can't remember which country it is. It was last week or the week before, who made the law against like anti-LGBT people was caught in an orgy. A gay orgy.
Yeah, I don't remember, man, but I vaguely remember what you're talking about, but that makes a lot of sense, man. Like it's always projections. Like these pastors here in the United States that there was that one, I can't remember his name, but he was caught like buying drugs and caught with a male hooker. Can't remember.
It was Hungary.
Oh, Hungary. Yeah. Speaking of Hungary,
his name is Joseph. I'm not going to pronounce that, but he's the one got all those anti-gay laws passed, and then of course gets caught in gay orgy.
So stupid, man. People are people. We had Wahlburger first time we had it. Freak said I had a burger with fried onions, sweet pickles, chili, and government cheese. Yeah, man. Sweet potato tater tots. Ugh. I don't like sweet potatoes at all. Ugh. But
really?
Yeah, not a big fan. Not a big fan, but I know they're popular otherwise. But
I prefer candy yams though.
Yeah, I can't eat burgers, man. Like fucks up my tummy, man, big time. All right, it's time to move on to. It's a free-for-all. Little baby. Yeah, it's a free-for-all. Wow. You know what? Before we get to that, I forgot my own Sweeto and I forgot Eric's Sweeto. Eric, Eric, your Sweeto looks like from last week, though.
It is.
Okay. Did you have one for this week?
No.
I had I'll give you quick Sweetos before we move on to free for all. Cheesing the Tower Knight, which I mentioned already. I kicked his ass, and this is gonna be surprising, Breakman. But Trump did something super surprising. He's pulling out 700 troops, which in essence is all of the troops out of Somalia, and that's good. That's a good thing, man. That's the one good thing that he's done since he's been in office. 4 years later, he's finally doing something. I know he threatened Afghanistan and Iraq. That didn't happen, but apparently this Somalia thing is happening. So I don't think this is
cross our fingers that they come home. We get out of some of these wars. Like I will agree with when I was saying about him like attacking Iran and stuff like that. I still think he's been more anti-war than any of the other presidents we've had in recent
I agree,
memory.
man. He hasn't started any more wars, which is that's a major thing.
He hasn't done a good job of getting us out of any, and of course he hasn't acknowledged when things go wrong, like the Bounty Gate and shit like that.
Yeah. No, I understand, but
Benghazi fits into his narrative.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you're thinking of like people that exalted presidents, like people still think of Obama as like awesome, and it's like How can you think of somebody that's awesome that kept us in the 2 biggest, dumbest wars and then got us into 5 more wars in addition?
And then when somebody like Chelsea Manning reported on those war crimes,
yeah, they get put in prison.
You throw them in jail for the entirety of your entire tenure.
Yep,
and beyond, because I think she was in prison for like at least 1 or 2 more years after.
She's in prison now.
Who's that other one that's in prison?
Yeah, because they let her
Reality
out,
Winner.
Let her back in.
Reality Winner's in prison, and now they want to put Julian Assange, which I don't agree with Julian Assange like most of the time, but he's a fucking journalist. You don't put journalists in prison here. We're supposed to have freedom of the press, and apparently we don't. Marijuana affects your. How dare you, Freak Five? You're exiled.
I honestly think
you already read that, Frank.
I honestly think the only
Shut up, Break Man.
I got
stupid.
into a fight with that person, I'm not gonna mention their name, is because they're biased because he liked the one thing that Obama took credit for, which he doesn't deserve.
Right.
By the way.
Right. Future tournament, Freak 5 says the best way to cook a potato. Is there 64 ways? I guess there should be, Tot, French fry, curly fry, waffle fry, mash, bake. I mean, what is this? Fucking Bubba Gump's RP Grinders, Freak 5? Come on, man. Scalloped.
It's making me hungry.
I know, man. I know. Let's get to this this tournament, man. Let's pull it up. We're down to 16. We're gonna get to 8, and then next week we're gonna, since we're not having a Christmas show, we gotta finish it up next week. But let me pull it up on the screen here.
Next week we got to determine what we're gonna do for
January.
Well, we don't have to determine. We need to make a list.
We have to know what which direction, like what our poll is gonna be.
Right.
Let's see. Okay, let's get started here, guys. White Christmas versus Let It Snow. I'll start with you, Eric.
Let It Snow.
All right. What say you, Breakman?
Fuck, I hate snow.
Both of them are about snow, but
I know.
Of a white Christmas. Come on, give it to us, Break.
As much as I hate everybody wishing for a white Christmas, I guess White Christmas is a better song, I think.
I agree with you, Breakman. I think White Christmas is a decent song. It's structured well.
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
especially
with
like Bing Crosby.
Seriously, but with Let It Snow, you can just repurpose the lyrics for something else.
Hold on. Oh, here we go. Hold on 1 second, guys. My recording kind of messed up. Okay, don't use that. We're good to go. Okay. Let's see. I can see my song is gonna be out. Slagar says, "Oops." No. White Christmas moves on. Slagar, if that was your song. Okay. Next matchup. Here Comes Santa Claus versus Little Drummer Boy. I'm gonna go first on this one, guys. I love Little Drummer Boy. I mean, the lyrics aside, I think Little Drummer Boy is an all-timer. I'm going with Little Drummer Boy. What say you, Breakman?
I am going with Here Comes Santa Claus. Here
comes
Santa Claus.
How dare you?
Blah, 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 blah.
What say you, Eric? You're the tiebreaker. Drummer Boy moves on. Woo! Avoided the upset there. Woo! Thank goodness, man. Woo-wee, man. That would have been upsetting. All right, next matchup.
What a boring song.
How dare you? How dare you, Breakman? Little Drummer Boy is one of the greatest songs of all time. How about that? Santa Claus is Coming to Town versus Silver Bells. Silver Balls.
Santa Claus.
Oh, God. It's got to be Silver Bells. What's wrong with you, Eric, today? Are you, like glitching out? Like, are you a robot in the Matrix?
I hate Silver Bells.
Oh, God. What say you, Breakman?
I gotta tell you, Mariah Carey does an awesome version of Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're letting the propaganda get to you, Breakman. How dare you? Slagar's very happy Little Drummer Boy moved on. I agree, Slagar. Or maybe best RPG class job, Freak 5 says. Is there 60?
That's an interesting one.
64 of them though, Freak 5?
Well, right. I mean, you got class and job. I'm sure we could do like race too.
Well,
like we could put.
I guess we could do that.
Dragon Quest 7 alone has like 30. Well, between 7 and 6, there's 32 classes.
Yeah, but they're the same. Like they may call them different things, but like they're okay. Freak 5's also happy that Little Drummer Boy moved on there, Breakman. How dare you say that song is boring? You're exiled.
Apparently, it's gonna win the tournament.
All right. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas versus All I Want for Christmas, the Mariah Carey song. I think you should go first, Breakman.
I'm gonna go with Mariah fucking Carey, baby.
Yeah, I think I'm in agreement. All I Want for Christmas is a great song by a great artist. I don't care what people think of her personally.
Indeed.
She's fucking hot though too, man.
She could fucking sing.
And she can sing.
Yeah,
What say you, Eric? Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas versus All I Want for Christmas, Eric.
All I Want for Christmas.
Okay, it was a clean sweep. All right, next matchup. Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire versus Holly Jolly Christmas by Burl Ives. I'm going to go first on this one, guys. I think Holly Jolly Christmas is a great song by a great artist. I think Burl Ives is one of the most underrated musicians of that time for sure. And I'm going to go with Holly Jolly Christmas. What say you, Eric?
Holly Jolly.
Okay. What say you, Break?
What the fuck is a chestnut?
We did this last week.
I know.
Oh, we did? Okay, well, maybe we answered that then.
Well,
Holly Jolly.
It's definitely yesterday's news because it's not moving on, Breakman. That's what it is. Okay. Slager says, I see a song on the list that needs to be disqualified. Oh, fuck, I got a cramp. Oh, fuck. Sorry, guys. I got a cramp in my leg. That sucks.
Oh, I thought you said you had a crap. I'm like, what?
No. Cramp in my leg. Ouch.
Ow,
A very painful crap, apparently.
That hurts so bad. Oh, my God. Okay, I see a song on the list needs to be disqualified due to misleading wrong title. Which one is that, Slagar?
Probably All I Want for Christmas.
All I Want for Christmas is Mariah Carey.
I think we left the Two Front Teeth song as Two Front Teeth.
Yeah, that went by the wayside, man. Okay. Silent Night versus Run Rudolph Run by Chuck Berry. I'll go with you, Eric.
Run Rudolph Run.
What say you, Breakman?
I know it's a holy song, but I always like Silent Night.
You know what? I'm gonna have to. I agree with you, Breakman, but Run Rudolph Run. It is.
The Chestnut song is called the Christmas song.
Okay, you're right, Slagar. But it went by the wayside anyways. But it's called the Christmas song. But Chestnuts Roasting on the Open. That's how everybody kind of knows that song. But I didn't even know the name of that song. But
next year we gotta do like more wacky songs instead of just like all the traditional ones.
Well,
so those are the better songs.
Okay. Let's see. All right, next matchup: Feliz Navidad. I think it's Juan Gabriel that sings that song versus Frosty the Snowman. I'm gonna go first on this one. As much as I like stuff like that, like different takes on songs, I'm gonna go with Frosty the Snowman because it's fucking Frosty. What say you, Breakman?
Frosty can go melt himself. Feliz Navidad.
Okay, it's up to you, Eric.
Feliz Navidad.
Oh, Feliz moves on. How dare you guys besmirch Frosty the Snowman? Okay.
The only good thing about him is the goddamn carrot.
Yeah. All right, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Are you going to shit on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer too, Breakman? Versus Jingle Bell Rock. I'll start with you, Break.
I thought I told you my favorite Christmas movie is Rudolph.
Okay, what say you, Eric?
Talk about why would I shit on Rudolph? I love Rudolph.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Rudolph.
You shit on Frosty. I'm also gonna go with Rudolph though. I would have pitted
my shit on Frosty.
Yeah, how dare you? How dare you? So there it is. There's our final 8 guys. We got White Christmas versus Little Drummer Boy, Santa Claus Coming to Town versus All I Want for Christmas, Holly Jolly Christmas versus Run Rudolph Run, and then the final matchup, Feliz Navidad versus Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So 8, I would say, good to great Christmas songs in the finals, and we will determine that next week, y'all. What do you think? What's your favorite going in, Breakman? What do you think is going to take it all?
I am going to go with All I Want for Christmas is Mariah Carey.
I'm gonna do it.
As Freak said in chat.
I'm gonna do a. That's what they use for Frosty's eyes. Oh God. I think I'm gonna go with Run Rudolph Run, man. I think that's a dark horse, but I don't know. It's kind of tough because we still got Burl Ives' version of Holly Jolly Christmas and other shit. But I'm gonna go. What say you, Eric?
I'm gonna go with Run Rudolph Run.
Okay. So 2 for Run Rudolph, and 1 for All I Want for Christmas. Is probably #1 seed, man. I should do these by seed. Like reseed everything. But I don't know. But who put the break, man? You're thinking about Frosty's dick.
No, that's a song.
Oh, I got you. We need to come up with our own Christmas song, man. Like a RP Grinders version of one of these songs, man. It'd be pretty fun. But you know what? We're gonna next week. If you tune in next week, we're gonna be doing our game of the year. We're gonna have 2 categories this year because we're stacked already. We've got to finish up this tournament, but we're gonna do game of the year and the best game we played all year, regardless of year. So. That should be fun. We're going to do this, finish up this tournament, and then we're also going to be coming up with the categories for next month's tournament, all on next week's show. Plus, we should have some stellar sweetos, stinkos, etc. I'm looking forward to next week's show. So next week's show might be a supersized edition of RP Grinders, but, whatever. So there you go, guys. What are you thinking so far of this tournament? Good so far?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I think we're okay. I think we're all right, man. I don't think we pissed off anybody yet. So we have a tendency to piss off people. Like one time it was Wyland, and then we got Slagar pretty mad at us. But I think that's why we do these tournaments, man, because differing opinions and stuff. So there you go. All right, you guys have anything else? We got a few minutes if you want to talk about anything.
We can do this.
Oh. Yeah, I like that. Jingle bells. A little bit of jingle bells there from Brakeman. There you go. All right. Eric, you have anything else before we, kind of wrap up the show?
I'm going to plug BostonBashBrigade.com and TotallyGN.com.
Okay.
I write reviews there. And if you like what I've written and you want to support me, there's a link to my Patreon and my Twitter profile, which is at RPG. Sending me as little as $1 would help out.
Okay. Anything else, Eric?
No, just continue to not to wash your hands and wear masks and social distance. Make plans to eat Christmas dinner by yourself.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best way to go for sure. All right, Breakman, I guess we're doing plugs, so plug away.
You can follow me at break_man and at RP Grinders on Twitter, where you can ask me a question, unless you're a freak who hates me. You guys.
I don't think Fred. Oh shit, we got more people in chat too. Bing Cortana's in chat. Commander Root is in there. Of course, Bernie is in there. Have this too. Joint effort. Miss Lenity, Sad Girl, Saddest Kid. Why are you so sad, Kitty? Saddest Kitty and Slagar were in chat, as well as Freak5, our good friend Freak5. Yeah, I want to thank all of you guys. I want to thank all the archive listeners as well. So thank you for listening on YouTube and any podcast place you're listening to, Twitch especially. Thanks for supporting us there. We're coming up on 10,000 views on Twitch, which is amazing. Like Twitch is
cool. Yeah,
Twitch is our go-to, man. Like YouTube, I'd be lucky to get 10 views, let alone 10,000. So let's see what else. Go watch Unhinged. It's a good movie. It's at the Red Box, so you can get it on the cheap.
Or go watch Falling Down, a better movie, and I've never seen Unhinged.
How dare you? You've never seen Unhinged. Unhinged is good, man. I'd say it's as good as Falling Down, almost as good at least. So it's good, man. It's just not as widely reaching as Falling Down, but that's a great movie. I'm glad you brought that one up. It has some parallels, but it is different. Go check out Unhinged. It's good, and Demon Souls fucking rocks. So if you haven't had a chance to check out Demon Souls, it's what would you consider that, a remake? Or
it is a remake.
Yeah. Then yeah. Apparently, Freak 5 has another sweeto. Season 4 Big Mouth is on Netflix. It is, so
Yes,
check that
I
out
did.
too.
I watched a couple episodes so far.
I have not seen. I saw Season 3, but I got to check out Season 4. But
Did you
that's
see
about
the
it.
Valentine's episode?
I did. It's fun.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun. Let's see. And I'm thinking of getting rid of Netflix so I can get HBO Max.
I know, like HBO Max has got such a good lineup of stuff.
I know. It's getting
$17. It's the most expensive one. Like,
really? Yeah, but it's coming out with all those movies. I think it might be a good purchase because if you think about it, like they were releasing those movies for like what, 30, 40 bucks? Like first run movies on all the services, but if it's included,
like they've got Warner Brothers and Legendary Entertainment now. Those are the companies that are suing, by the way. They're not happy.
Yeah, they're not happy.
I mean,
at all.
but they're all under the HBO brand, HBO Max brand. So there's a lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I got a 2-week free trial of HBO Max, and I'm gonna do it like when Wonder Woman comes out, so I can watch Wonder Woman when it comes out. Okay, so that's about it. Do you guys have anything else?
No, maybe.
All right, Eric, you have anything else?
No.
All right. Stay safe out there this weekend. We want to see you back here next week. Till then, we are out. Later, everybody.
Oh, Mark. Hey, I'm Mark.
I'm Mark. All right. Everybody in chat, thank you guys and gals so much. Really, really appreciate it. We had a big chat today. I was surprised. We don't normally get that big of a chat, but thank you so much. I don't think I missed anybody. I think that's such a cool name, Saddest Kitty. Saddest Kitty is in chat. Why you so sad, Kitty? You know. Have this too is in chat. Thank you, Ms. Lenity, and Sad Girl. We got a lot of sadness in chat. You know, I mean, listening to Breakman, I understand, but you know, that's just the way it is. But all right, everybody in chat. Everybody in chat, thank you guys so much. Really, really appreciate it. See you all next week. We're gonna have a really, really good show for you guys next week. So please join us. It should be a ton of fun.